time, our party retreated out of the Temple of the Purple Flame. After running into some cultists and having a little chat with them. Seemed like some of these cultists didn't want to be a part of the cult that they were involved with anymore. And you guys also discovered that these cultists had a mark that you were familiar with, and you discovered that it was the mark of Sathmog. After talking to this group, I think one of you guys got the keys that they handed you, right? They handed you a chain of like skeleton keys, and they took off. They left. And you guys were left to try to camp outside for a little while. And some of you were attempting to get some training by Hafermal with some of the spells that he knows. And that's what we're going to continue tonight. But before we start, to numeral. While you are resting, you have a moment where you fade off into a dream. And you hear a cacophony of whispers that are very incoherent at first. It sounds like several hundred people. And then as the whispers get louder and louder, it almost starts to turn into chanting. It has a specific cadence to it that kind of rumbles and repeats in your mind over and over again. Almost to a point where it starts to get louder and louder, almost drumming, and starts to kind of almost give you like that painful migraine as this chanting continues. You start to see a purple glow ahead of you out of the darkness. And the purple glow seems to be moving in a way that seems to be twisting, like flames caught up in a vortex, like a hurricane or something ahead of you. And as you feel like you're drawn closer into this dream, hearing this, you see a silhouetted figure within this purple flame. The figure is clothed in some kind of ornate armor with these spikes sticking off of his shoulders. You can see spikes kind of wrapped out in multiple directions on the head, kind of like if you saw like Darth Maul in a silhouetted image. But it seems like you're looking at the back of this individual. They must be wearing some kind of cloak or cape, because you can't see any, like, after the spikes and the shoulders kind of disappear, you don't see any, like, features. You don't see any distinction between, like, where legs would start or how big the body is. But you know this thing must be massive as you approach. And then you can start to make out what some of the whispers are saying, what some of the chanting is saying. Three-tongued liberator. The door has remained open. Find your way. Cover the land in mist. The time of demonic rule is upon us again. And with a bright flash of purple bright light, you awaken to numeral. Surrounded by your friends who are picking up their campsite. It's about noonish when you guys all come to. And so I ask you all, what do you do?
Anybody else not sleep too well last night?
Oscar's roughhousing with the dogs.
Don't be so loud. I'm still recovering from the blueberry. It's
No, I'm still so tired.
Numeral would shoot up, looking very shocked, stunned, maybe a little bit of sweat. And looking similarly to when she comes out of her visions or farsight, maybe a bit paler and drained in the face.
Tinny?
Did she have a blueberry too?
No, she didn't eat anything strange.
Are you
Oh.
sure? I mean, I wasn't really paying attention after she spent all that time training. She could have eaten something before she went to sleep.
I was up.
Right.
Did not eat a blueberry.
Okay, I'm going back to sleep.
Do you
What is
want
this
Leave
place
us.
called again? What is this temple
the Temple
again?
of the Purple Flame?
Purple flame.
Oh.
Tinny, what happened? You look like somebody mean poked around in your brain.
I saw the purple flame.
Was it pretty?
Kind of.
Okay.
But terrifying. And horrible. Surrounded with a cacophony of chanting voices.
Sounds
So
like
I
one of
guess
my
it depends
family
on one's
reunions.
perspective if that's pretty. But no, it was not actually very pretty, now that I think about it.
I go over to Tinny and give her some of the bread. And try to, like, I sit beside her and there.
I think that portal that is still open here could bring about apparently the time of demons or something to that effect. It sounded
Sounds like we need to
there
close
was
it.
chanting to someone to find their way to the door, the portal. Summoning. I think we need to find a way to close it.
It sounds like we need to close it right after nap time.
Elfith gets up, starts packing, like puts the sword away. Like,
I don't
Oh,
think
you
I could
just woke
sleep
up.
again after that. There was also a figure I saw, some sort of figure in spiked armor. I couldn't see much else.
I won't be giving them a hug.
Wait,
But Tinny, you're the smart one with magic. How do we close a creepy portal? Conry, do you know how to close portals?
Hmm.
oh, hold on. Let's go back to the subject of she's the smart one with magic. So what does that make me?
She's the smart one with like wizard magic. You're the one with like the bland magic that makes everything like us better. It's different.
Good cover. Good cover.
Calcica just smiles really big at Conry and just like
Oh. A portal is not of this natural world, so I don't have any control over it, but maybe there's something focusing on keeping it open. Maybe if we disrupt that focus, it'll close.
Well, it's gonna be one of those evenings, whatever time of day it is. Do we think the things coming through this portal, are they demons?
well, the people who left a little while ago said their friends kind of got weird, and I would assume either like magic did that, or maybe demons got in their brain a little.
So we don't know whether or not somebody like Tnumeral did it or demons did it.
I'm willing to think demons did it over Tinny.
Demons.
Literally, I'd like to think she was with us, so couldn't have done it, but someone like her.
Tinny didn't even know this place existed until we had to come this way to go fix her dagger, which she threw trying to protect us.
But
You,
the reason I
Calcica?
ask is this wonderful little crown I'm wearing helps keep me a little safer from demons.
Okay, so you go first, Mr. Geyer. You're the brave one. Next to Belthus. I don't know, who's the brave one?
Perhaps I should hide behind the giant metal shield.
happy to do that for you.
I can hold the torch.
It sounds like we should probably investigate this portal.
Connery, Mr. Geyer, did you guys get enough sleep?
I think so. We slept and then, well, wait, no, it was Connery and Tanumber who were training. We've just been sitting around doing nothing, and I've been so bored, I'm ready to go back to bed.
Yeah, explaining how, like, inflation works took a lot out of you. I'm sorry, I'm not a good student.
Come on, listening. When you have Lucy, River, and Connery all curled up together between the snoring and the gas, it's just...
It's very
It's a small
soothing.
orchestra of animals.
I was just trying to share and add to the conversation. God. We'll do that again.
I mean, we could go look, but unless any of us know how to close a portal, I don't think there's going to be a big sign down there that says, hey, this is how you close me.
No, but assuming it's... Well,
I wonder all that we could dispel, or if we can destroy the object or person who may be keeping it open.
Got options.
do I know anything about what a magical portal might look like?
Well, Geyer, have you ever seen a magical portal?
I'm gonna probably say no, because like up until a few weeks ago, you haven't even seen a magical plant.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, so probably not.
Did our buddy Esau use portals? Because then...
I was just going to look at the group and go, well, they're calling it a portal. It must be like a doorway. It must have a frame of some sort.
We break the frame.
Right, you break the frame, then it's no longer a portal.
What if breaking the frame means it can go wherever it wants?
Perhaps Lady Sears should try her magic first then.
Yeah. Connery, can you, like... I don't know how this works. Can you, like, ask... Oh no, the plants in here are weird and demonic. They're not going to tell you anything. I'll say ask the plants, like, what started the portal, but I don't know if that makes sense if they're getting stronger because of the bad magic.
Why don't we ask the weird people who are running around inside the locked into temple place?
The ones who were not controlled left. The ones that are still there are probably going to try to kill us.
Right, so we restrain, interrogate.
We could ask the creepy man.
Yeah, let's ask the tobacco man,
Elvis,
because
what do you think?
unfortunately, I left my speak with plants in my other edition of.
Worth a shot.
I like the idea of interrogating those whatever beasts down there. I say we go clear our way to the portal and then figure it out once we see it with our own eyes.
That seems to make sense. I mean, as Havamal said, they typically left him alone. They didn't really know he was there.
Beltis has a point. We won't know the situation until we see the situation. Perhaps it's something that could be banished.
I could sneak
Or we
down.
could just break the frame and not have to resort to...
If
I
I
think that's
sneak
why seeing
ahead,
it.
then maybe we can avoid the creepy people or get the jump on the creepy people.
We'll be right behind you.
Don't be too close about this.
Right.
Period.
You know.
I'm not letting you go alone.
I didn't say alone. I said first. I just need like a gap between Belthus's clanky clanky.
If you're going to go first, can I cast Protector on you?
If you want. But
At least
I don't.
you might have some protection from a magical attack then.
I can run pretty fast. They'd have to see me first.
Up to
Just
you.
I don't have to go first either. I'm just thinking it's easier to trap somebody if they don't know that you're there.
Love to see you get the jump on them.
Would you like to?
Went to that spooky
Wear my crown?
cellar with the skeletons to do this.
What'd you say, Tinny?
We had to go into that cellar with the skeletons to do this.
I
think
think
the
the
cultist has
skeletons.
stairs, right?
We have to
I
go
think the
through
skeleton
door.
is the dead one.
Yeah, I think
It's
I
the
think that we go through
undead
door.
one that we have to worry about.
Oh, well, we could either jump down that pit or take. I think maybe the cultists had a stairway.
Oh.
Yeah, they came through all those doors, so I assume that's where we have to go.
And I can't remember if it was Half a Mile or the other group that said that trap door was like to a sacrifice pit. There may not be an exit out of it, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, I don't think we should go down there unless we're like desperate.
Well,
All right.
we do have a specific somebody that can levitate people if we ever get stuck in a hole. That last
Wanted to-
clearing of the throat wasn't me.
I just wanted to make sure you were planning on sneaking into the pit of skeletons, so
no.
that's very good.
No, we got those keys, and I was thinking we would probably have to go the way that they all came from. And again, I don't have to go first. I was just trying to do the thing that makes it easier to catch one. If we want to interrogate one. If we want to just kill everybody, we could all just go together.
We should kill all the demons, people.
Eventually. But if we want to go full kill or like half kill and talk.
It's fair sport to let you get the jump on them if you'd like. So I mean, I'll hang
You
back a
tell
little
them.
bit so we don't disturb them.
I've been playing too many Baldur's Gate, and I'm sitting here thinking, let's just drop a bunch of AoE.
Speak with dead.
There is some benefit to being able to speak with one, assuming that they are capable of intelligence speech. We don't know what sort of mindset they're in. They may only speak hoobity bloobity now.
All right, so we need to take at least one prisoner. Let's do it.
So I think in that case, then it looks like, much as I really don't.
Kidnapping it is. High five, everybody.
I don't like the idea of Calcigo going first, but
My legs don't get me that far or that fast, Mr. Geyer. I think Belfast can catch up to me pretty quick.
You can count on it.
So, telepathy now, if we were to capture one, I wonder if I could read their thoughts even if they don't want to speak to us.
You can do that?
Kalska grabs a shield and puts it over her head.
Geyer is now staring at Belfast's helmet.
Is that
It's
what
an anti-telepathy device.
Is that what Half-a-Mile taught you?
Yes.
Okay, well, I would say try it, but I feel like you might get tired if you have to read all of our brains first and then go down.
I could also project my voice into your mind.
I'm not worried about her reading my thoughts. There's not much going on in there.
So don't be alarmed if you hear
If we
me
randomly
speaking in
hear
your
you.
head during a battle.
I would be alarmed
Noted.
because that would be my first thought.
Find out.
May be beneficial. We
I
need to
I think
sneak
so.
plan.
I'd like to think at this point we've been traveling back to the temple this whole
Yeah.
time.
No, yeah. I would
Finally,
assume
we're
so.
like,
Yeah.
oh crap, we're here.
Yeah. You didn't go too far away from the temple and to camp. So I'm going to switch over our Twitch viewers back to the map view so they can see where you guys are located as well. Oh, Raznak just redeemed a player boon to anyone in the party who needs it.
Wow.
So we can, it's called a party boon. So whoever uses it first, it will be gone. So
We're getting a show for Beltis in chat. I was going to say, Calcica and her stealth check.
That may be important. Yeah.
it might be important. Yeah. So I assume you guys are headed back into the front door of the temple. as you guys make your way back in. It's as you left it when you walk in. Doesn't seem like anything's out of place, anything's shifted or changed from the last time that you were here. You guys are free to move about where you'd like to.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trailing just far enough behind Kalska that I'm not getting in the way.
Okay.
I would go slowly, back to the hall where they came through the other door.
Okay.
Like, going ahead and pausing at each entry point as we go.
Okay.
To look around, and then I just want to get to the door with the keys, or who has the keys. Geyer has the keys.
Hey, one thing I did want to mention, Kalsika, is when you walk by that trap door that's been propped open again with
Down
the,
here?
yeah, where Geyer is.
Mhm.
It almost sounds like you hear talking.
And it's funny you say, because I was going to stop there to open it and look down and see what was going on.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Yeah. It's like you hear voices, and when you open it up, you can see it's still like the same image. Like, it's dark down there, so you have to do you guys got your torches and stuff from before? Okay.
Right as we come back in, lighting the torch again. So.
Yeah, you shine the torchlight down there, and it's like the same image. Like, you see that corpse laying in the same position it was, face down, black cloak. Looks like maybe a blade or something out of the hand, just laying off to the side. And you can see moving skeletal figures. And the voices seem to be coming from the skeletons. And you hear things like, "Free us! Free us! Free us! We've been trapped here for so long. Destroy this place! Destroy it all! Free us!" Over and over and over again.
Hearing them say destroy this place, I was sort of going to look around a little bit and look down and just go, how? See if I can answer.
You hear multiple replies, and they all seem to kind of overlap one another, as if these skeletal figures are competing for your attention. And you hear the two most dominant phrases that you hear kind of overlapping. It sounds like there's a ton of voices coming from down here. You hear, "Burn it to the ground, reduce this place to rubble, close the portal, close the portal." Just over and over and over again.
Start looking around. Did anyone else stop as Geyer was doing this?
I think Kalska would hear the latch and look back. I don't know if she was nearby.
So this was audible. It wasn't in his head telepathy.
It was audible. If you were nearby, you could hear it as well. Yeah.
Heard a little voice in the very background after he asked how. Figure it out, stupid.
How rude. I'm going to. Guys just going to sort of look at his around I just had a conversation with a dead person. Apparently they don't like this. Can we go back to town?
We need to fix Tinny's dagger, and we should close the portal before more bad things come through.
And there might be a piece here.
The body down there said we have to bring this place to rubble. A conversation with somebody who's not alive. How is this normal?
Victims of the demons, perhaps? Or...
Did their voices sound like... Because you said there was many voices at once. Like the many voices I heard in my dream, would it have reminded me of that if I overheard any of this, or...
It's hard to say, just because what you heard and what Geyer heard were similar in the fact that it was many voices.
Yeah.
But other than that, it's really hard to determine and make
Okay.
distinction on identifying the voices and what their source might be.
Mm-hmm.
Onward to the portal?
Yes.
Mm,
Kasuga goes forward, knowing Geyer will follow.
Now, I do want to remind you all, so you have several options. Option A was the trap door that you guys just passed. Option B, there is a door to this side, where I'm shift pinging right now. There is a door that you guys have not explored over there. There also is the locked door that you guys locked where you know the cultists came from. So you haven't actually been in there, but you know the cultists came out of there. So those are kind of like your routes that you guys know of right now.
That's where Kalska would head, to where we know they came from, because it makes sense. Like, if we're just trying to get this done, go in here. If anyone says, what about this other door? I don't know. I don't have the keys. I think Geyer has the keys.
Geyer, as he's coming in, is just going to walk over to this door anyway and just sort of put an ear up to it. Do I hear anything?
Go ahead and make an awareness roll.
Meets it?
Meets it. You listen for a little while, and you don't really hear anything at first. And then you hear what sounds like maybe like a scratching noise. But it's real faint. And then it just kind of dissipates, and you don't hear anything anymore.
Nope. No. Everyone else is over here, but it's there's apparently something clawing at that other door.
Oh.
But it looks like we're going this way. Anybody need some keys?
Thanks, Mr.
And
Geyer.
to Kalska.
Okay. So you guys are going to unlock this door?
Kalska would listen first and then unlock it, but like that's where we're going. So either way, she's gonna be trying to also figure out what key goes in this lock.
Sure. Yeah, it doesn't take you much. There's only a couple keys on it, so it doesn't take you long to find the key. And it's easy to unlock. And you watch the cultists like relock it, so it's pretty easy to recall. You don't... I'm not going to make you make a roll. You don't hear anything when you put your head up. I mean, it's kind of like iron door. You don't really hear anything coming up from beyond it.
Well,
I would just like to point out I feel this is a worse idea than putting Tnumerl in metal armor may be a good idea, so this just may be a really bad idea.
I don't think it's a smart idea, but I think it's a good idea for the valley. And if we're gonna live in the valley and make you mayor, we kind of got to deal with the demons.
They'll tell tales of your bravery, Sir Mallard.
That's how we convince people to vote for you.
Yeah, we'll leave out the whole everything about you.
That guy just sort of shakes his head, reaches over and gives Connor a little scratch by here. Rubs the back of his head.
I will giggle to myself at Connery's words and peek through the door a little more.
Are you able to like click on the door? Can you see the door and click on it? Are
Yep.
you able to like click and open it? Okay, yeah. So go ahead. It's unlocked, so you can open it and.
Who keeps opening and closing it?
We all were.
Like, let's
Kyra's
test it
gonna
out.
move up
Like,
so he can hold the torch so that she can see easier.
Okay.
Now I'm going very slowly and like listening before I get too far.
Okay. Yeah, you can see ahead of you. There's another door that's open, and it leads into just a dark room. And you can see like the torch from Geyer behind you is just illuminating over your shoulder and is illuminating into the space. You don't hear anything.
I'm gonna sneak up next to this door and like Scooby-Doo style like head through the doorway,
Okay.
looking like
I should have.
Yeah, there's what you can see with the light from Gyre behind you seeping through is, an enclosed space with a pretty high ceiling in here. It smells strongly of iron and rust. And it seems like vines have started to creep through cracks in the wall. And it looks like there's something like laying on like the right, from where you're sitting, like the right side of the room. It looks like just a big pile of rubble illuminated. You have to probably like get the actual light source in the room to get a good look at what it is.
Okay, it's not moving at all, and it looks like rubble or like fabric.
It looks a little bit like both at first whenever you see it from a distance and without a good like view of light on it. Oh, you also see on the left side there is what appears to be an oil lamp tipped over on the floor.
Okay. Kalsuka's going to very like shuffle step quietly into that room.
Okay. Sure.
Does anything react? She's like, wait, she's like jumpy. It's like a haunted house. We were just waiting for somebody to like
jump scare.
Yeah.
No, nothing reacts. You just step into the room. It's the same as when you were looking at it Scooby-Doo style from the doorway.
Kalsuka's gonna loop around away from the thing and go
Okay.
get the lamp.
Okay. Yeah,
side.
you pick it up. It's an oil lamp that is half full with oil. It can be used as a light source. Looks like somebody
Seeing her
dropped it in
move in.
haste.
Geyer's going to come in and turn around to the right
Mm-hmm.
and sort of bring the light into the room and start
Ooh,
looking at this
yeah.
giant pile.
Excellent. Yeah. What you see when you look at it closer is skeletal remains of what looks to be some sort of large six-legged beast that was bound in rusted shackles. These shackles are attached to the wall by thick chains.
Seems mean.
Conry, what has 6 legs?
Usually there's more to a joke, like what has 6 legs and covered in red, or what do you mean, what has 6 legs?
Guy's just going to point at the corpse beside him.
Oh.
It has 6 legs.
And Razanak, the oil lamp is half full because we are optimistic on proficiency bonus.
Maybe it's maybe it is a spider missing 2 legs.
Look at the size of this bloody thing. What is this? Some strange subterranean elven spider?
Super spider. I don't know.
If anybody would like to, they can make a beast lore roll if you'd like
Yeah.
to.
I will. I'm not going to get it, but I'll make it.
Yeah, exactly. There's like no chance, but I gotta try.
I am actually not bad at that.
Seed.
Oh, I think I'm fully convinced it's a spider with only 6 legs.
Okay. Well, anybody who succeeds and would know
There it is.
that at first looking at it, it almost seems as if like maybe it's multiple creatures in a pile. But the more you guys like look and inspect, this is one creature. And it is not one from any natural animal in the known world that you guys would have ever seen, recognized, or even heard of. So you guys have no experience with this sort of creature, but you have clearly defined that this is a 6-legged beast, a massive beast of some sort that was at one point shackled and chained to this wall.
Some demonic abomination.
Could be.
May I
Probably not.
sense magic?
Sense magic here in this room?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can spend your willpower to sense magic if that's what you choose to do, but you gain no sense of magic here in this room.
Interesting. And not from like the corpse
Mhm.
either.
Nope, don't get any sense of magic from the corpse. Mhm.
It's an alpaca.
I thought alpacas only had 4 legs, Mr. Geyer.
Oh, is it a sloth that has 6?
Alpacas definitely have hooves, and these are creatures of demonic nature.
Well, if it doesn't have hooves, what sort of feet does it have?
Bony ones.
Well, as you guys are inspecting it, you can tell that this creature had some nice. This creature had some type of like paws with like claws, like almost like talons on the end of them, like could rip and tear you to
Is there a
shreds.
talon on the ground?
Oh yeah, you could easily pull one of these like claws off of it. Yeah.
Calcica takes one.
All right, you got it.
How big are they?
My head.
If you remember seeing the original Jurassic Park, it's kind of like holding a raptor claw, you know.
Oh.
So we could use it as a dagger.
Instead of having to go fix a certain glass one.
Yeah. You can't, they're not really like they're hard to hold on to.
Little
The
curve,
maneuver,
little
they got the curve on them. Yeah,
Okay, so it's a karambit.
I wouldn't go that far.
In scale, is it a rhino horn out of Calcica's head? If I were to take.
There you go. Some new cosplay for you.
Yeah. Ginny, look, bones.
Be potentially useful.
I just think it's nifty. Calcica puts it in the bag.
Geyer's gonna collect probably like 4 or 5 talons. But wait, they may be worth something.
Yeah. Once we've collected all of the things and just kind of being like poking over the body, I'm gonna go to this other door here at the far end of the room
Okay.
and try to listen first if I hear anything right beyond the door.
Okay. So it's kind of like this. It's not really much of. I guess you would hear a little bit, but it's kind of like a constant like vibration or humming that you hear. And you're not sure if it's like actually coming from the door or if it's just something that's being like projected through the door. Like as if like it's just rumbling the walls a little bit and then causing the door to kind of vibrate.
Geyer's gonna do the same thing on the door next to him. Same thing.
A little bit, but not as much.
Should I open this one and see what's on the other side of it?
I guess. We don't know which door they came through.
Andre's just up against the wall already. Let's do this. Let's go, Duckman.
Geyer throws this door open.
All right, as you open it, you
I barge it in.
realize.
Jesus.
Wait, there's a wall. I can't go past the wall.
I will help you out in a second. I'm going to move this because what you guys have found is actually
Geyer closes the door.
basically what you see is the garden area. It's like heavy thickets here. It's almost as if like this place was hidden by like thick branches and briars and stuff, and it was another entrance into this place.
No blueberries, Connery.
No. Still having the hangover. And now I'm stuck in the room because it looks like Geyer shut the door behind me.
Farewell, Connery.
Bye!
Enjoy the blueberries.
I was like, why can't I move?
Connery's having fun.
Before Calcica or anyone opens the next door, Denumeral would pull out her orb and cast Protector on herself. preemptively.
Okay. Cool.
Let me spend
Smart.
those willpower points.
So
I
you
guess.
guys
Well, that's
see
fun.
Tenumeral illuminated with a little bit of this magical energy as she casts the spell upon herself. Geyer probably feeling a little uncomfortable. Or a little intrigued.
Geyer is actively looking at the floor to see where, like, the oil spilled. Planning out in his head if we have to flee, coming back through here, throwing the torch so it lands in the oil and sets the room ablaze to get away from the demonic monsters.
As you're kind of looking around, you like there's in the tiles of the floor. It seems as if like a lot of the oil is like seeped through the cracks. There is a small, like probably a little bit, but it's not going to be one where it's like going to like scorch the room or anything like that.
So he throws the torch, expecting a big one. It's just poof.
Yeah, it's.
I would probably then just throw the whole
Like the lantern down. Yeah, just throw the lamp.
Anyway, I will very slowly, like turning the lock very slowly, because I keep thinking something's gonna jump scare me.
Okay.
Open the next door, like click, wait, click, wait, click. You know, waiting for all the tumblers to click into place slowly, and then open that door.
And the final tumbler clicks and it unlocks.
Okay.
Barging in.
Back. No, Connery.
Connery rushes through the door.
After Connery going, no. Like,
Connery,
quietly.
there's a spiral staircase that leads down.
Oh no,
Oh,
that's
is there
ominous.
no
You can go first.
Okay.
Is there no dexterity save? Is there no Connery to go?
Calcium
He
Right.
rushes in, takes like a couple steps, and says, not for me. Somebody else.
Calcium will scooch past him very carefully.
I'll be honest. I wouldn't even assume a staircase, so I'd probably miss the first stairs and just go tumbling on down.
Buddy.
All right, I will move you guys to a new map.
I am gonna pull out the Fiend Crusher to see if if the gems light up at any point here.
I'm going to just kind of move you guys into the next chamber because I don't have like enough room to put you all in the staircase.
Okay.
And then I'm going to move you guys to this map. I'm sorry, they changed a little bit in Roll20, so I'm trying to get used to the new features.
The folders.
They changed everything in folders, and now I'm trying to figure out how
Oh.
to change you guys to the new map. Oh, there it goes. Now let me do it. So I'm going to shift ping you guys. Are you guys able to see where you're at?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Good. Guy, are you still, is your token still emitting light for your torch?
Yes, it is.
Okay. All right, cool. Just wanted to make sure you
And I
guys were
think
able to
someone
see
else is
everything.
too at the same point.
There we go.
Oh yeah, me. I still got light. I'm sorry.
What-
let me
did you-
recast it.
Yeah, did you recast that? Okay.
There we go.
Okay. So, let me go ahead and read you guys a little description of what you see as you made your way through another door once you got to the bottom of the staircase. And I will read you the description that they give me. So that way you guys know exactly what you're dealing with. So there are chains on the floor of this chamber attached to the wall. You smell a musky scent like that of wild animals. Vines have crept in through cracks in the stone along the south wall. That's what you see currently. Ahead of you, directly across, it seems like there's a half-open door. An iron door. Half-open iron door. And that's what you guys can see so far. What would you like to? How would you like to? What would you like to do here? Are you peeking
I would
through?
like to peek into the open, not pressing them any further open, just what's already available. Peek.
Well, before you even get like sight on anything, as you're looking into that, it's a vast and dark hall that seems to have pillars up and down it. It has these like low arches throughout the room that kind of make it a little bit hard to see in. And water drips down slowly from the ceiling and it forms puddles along the uneven floor tiles. You can hear like a scratching sound further in the hall, and you like a powerful smell of like wild animals and even like animal droppings.
You got this, Kalsika.
Okay. Kalska will, because she's tiny, do her best to sneak through this door without really opening it. Like the little like shimmy through the door so it doesn't have to open any further to alert anything in the room that I'm there.
Okay. Go ahead and make a stealth roll.
Okay. Sneaking, yeah.
Yeah, sneaking, yeah.
Okay. 11 out of 16.
11
I sneak.
out of 16. Yeah, you're sneaky. Yeah, go ahead. You can sneak in there.
Can't see anything, but I'm in there.
Yeah, you're in there. You can't see anything because it's really dark.
Can I, being in there with like the slight scratching sound,
Mm-hmm.
can I tell approximately how far ahead of me it is? Or like where in the space it is? Like to my left, to my right, center?
It kind of echoes off the chamber a little bit, but probably to the northeast of where you're located. You can hear something.
Geyer's going to come up.
Doesn't
to the
sound
door.
like a
try to help out.
small mouse or anything.
Didn't think it would.
Smells. It sounds and I mean this place reeks. Like it's terrible smelling in here, and like whatever it is, like sounds like something heavy scratching.
Can I try to reach my arm in with the torch a little bit to illuminate it a little better?
Sure.
I was just going to sort of stick his arm in a little bit more.
Let's just put your. I'm gonna put your token on the other side of the door so it illuminates it a little bit more.
Okay.
So really, you're just kind of catching the edges of these pillars. Like I said, it's really kind of hard to see because of these low-lying arches that seem to be all throughout the room connecting these pillars together. Geyer and Kalsika, you guys start to hear something growl.
I'm pulling my arm back into the door.
Kalsika, all of a sudden it gets dark again.
That's fine. Kalska stays where she
Is it
is.
still growling?
Yeah, does the growling stop when Geyer leaves?
No. Just a low rumbling growl.
So,
Not me this
Kalska
time.
is going to...
And it's not your
Pull.
stomach.
Kalska's going to pull out the cursed dagger,
Okay.
since we're in a bad space,
Okay.
and hold it ready, and just lean back and whisper around the door, Balthus, it sounds
Yeah.
like something's very unhappy in here. It hasn't done anything bad yet, but I don't think it likes unexpected guests.
Is that
Kalsika,
a person?
you hear what sounds like something sniffing.
Poppy?
And then a low growl again.
Kalska is going to reach in her bag, and in the direction of the growl,
Mm-hmm.
very, like, low to the ground and very carefully and slowly, not quick, roll a sweet roll in that direction.
Okay. All right.
Wait and see what
Fire in
happens.
the hole.
So Kalsika starts to roll like one of the sweet rolls in that direction. Okay. You wait for a moment. You hear what sounds like heavy footsteps, heavy footfalls, multiple.
Heavier than Balthus in his armor.
Yes, much heavier.
Getting
And-
a size preference.
Then you hear them stop. In the
Okay.
darkness in the distance where you threw the sweet roll. You hear and then another low growl.
I need some meat rations. I think it's a carnivore.
Geyer will hand over a couple of dried meat rations.
Same
Okay.
same low to the ground, slow action. Like I'm not.
Okay,
Fastball.
and as you're getting ready to do this, you hear what seem like slower footfalls coming in your direction from that space that you're getting ready to throw these towards.
How close? Like, do I have any sense of how close it's getting to me in the dark?
8 meters.
Oh. See, here's the problem. If it's a puppy, I'm gonna be really sad. So
you're gonna wait?
I don't think waiting is smart, Mr. Geyer will be very upset if I
Kalsiga
So-
trying to befriend a demon puppy
Yes.
over here.
6 meters.
Do I see it now that it's 6? It's very close. It's half my movement to me now. Can I make any shape out in the
It's
dark?
dark. It's like pitch black in here.
And
You can see
even when-
there's just faded light coming out of the doorway, but the doorway is open in the opposite direction of where this is coming from. So the light is actually like from Geyer's torch is actually going down in the room, not up where you need it to be to see.
Connery.
Connor pokes his head in with the amulet hanging from his neck and the light shining from the amulet.
and the
Hey, what's the
light-
hold up?
And as you say, what's the holdup? You guys can see between 2 pillars is a massive, almost lion-like head with razor-sharp fangs and teeth, and it just goes and roars out of the illumination.
I throw the meat in its mouth.
I want to show you what you see first. Let me go ahead and show you guys.
Oh,
what
yeah.
You see.
It's a cat. I'm not a cat person.
Show to players. Show to everyone. This is what you see
Okay.
Ooh,
in the
the
room.
M word.
Yeah.
It's a Madagascar.
Sweet roll is gonna help.
I'm gonna throw the meat in its mouth.
Yeah, you toss the meat. It basically like hits his mouth and like and just like deflects off of it. And I'm gonna take everybody and add you to a turn order because this thing is not very happy. And it's
All right, I'll leave you to it, and then I close the door behind me. You seem busy. Click.
Let me go ahead and get a turn order up here, and we will add everybody to the turn.
Yeah.
Holy, that's
Add
That won't-
turns.
So I'm guessing that little guy standing by the manticore is the size comparison of Beltis to.
Yeah.
Let me double check this one. I think this one has some different stats too. Let me check.
Excuse me.
Maybe not. Let me double check one more time. I thought there was something special about this one. Oh, it does. Oh no.
What you mean? Oh no!
Oh no.
Yeah.
At least mute your mic before you say "oh no."
Oh no.
it has an oh my
That's
who.
episode 11.
Oh,
It's pretty good,
no.
right?
I completely forgot
the
about
man-
that.
No, it's got like
Feroc-
9 initiatives.
Ferocity equal to the number of player characters minus 1.
What?
So it has a ferocity of 4, meaning it has 4 turns per round.
Can we talk about this? Can we be discussed?
I was trying.
Like a group vote?
I was trying to be diplomatic for 5 seconds.
Right? Didn't the meat help at all? It was
How
it
many
was
times can you
salted.
push a roll? Just
Until you
once?
run out of options, I think.
Till you run out of options to take conditions, yeah.
No,
Okay.
what kind of roll are you talking about? Another sweet roll? Because I don't think it was interested in that at all.
Look, it hasn't had the good ones in a long time. It's been stuck down here for a while. Its eyes don't like the light. Apparently, it's fine.
Oh dear lord.
I will give you the benefit of the doubt. First of all, I'm going to change the music because this needs to be
Oh,
more
wow.
intense music.
Oh, wow.
Let me see. Do I have good music for this? Well, I've got a couple. We'll use this one.
It's like how I say it's okay when I'm not the only one in the room with this thing.
I will say that on it rolled. It has the first initiative card, but since you threw the meat at it, it's going to take its first turn to just devour that meat. Like, it just takes it one initiative turn, and it's just like, just kind of just tears this stuff apart and totally devours it. You have a feeling like the sweet roll you threw is still laying back there, like it had no interest in it whatsoever. And then we're going to go turn number 2, which thankfully is Calcica. What would you like to do, Calcica?
So,
Oh, well, I guess I'd
Calcica's
hop in to get
seeing
the light.
the
There we
the
go.
giant thing and it not being a puppy and thinking it's more of a cat than a puppy. She's like, oh, you don't look like Lucy or River. And Calcica's going to swing this way to get, like, away from her friends and away from the door so everyone can pile in.
Okay.
And while it's chewing, I guess, because, like, it's not, you know what? No. I'm going to be nice. I'm going to hold my turn to dodge if I have to, but I'm just going to say to this thing, pet sitting service?
Okay. So
Do you want to go on a walkie?
you really can't. You can switch initiative orders. You can't really like hold a turn
Oh,
in this
yeah.
game. So you could switch initiative with somebody. You can even switch initiative with the Manticore.
I thought I could not take an action to save, like, a dodge.
Well, but
Is that-
you can switch your initiative to do
right,
just that.
sure.
Like if that's what you choose to do. But like when you come to your turn, you have to like declare that you have to kind of do something.
Right.
Yeah.
You could switch Geyer and Connery are down low.
Yeah, I think I want to sit between Geyer and Connery, switch with the Manicore, because it's not
okay.
done
got-
anything yet.
Manicore number 8 is where you want to switch to?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because it's not done anything yet, and I'm waiting for, like,
Switch. Let me in.
okay, I'll switch with Connery. We'll let Connery run in, like,
Well, if now one thing I do want to mention is if you switch initiatives, you won't be able to move in that direction. So if you're trying to draw it away, your action could be to like make a diversion or do a distraction of some sort.
ooh. Yeah, let's do that
Okay.
instead. I'm not gonna switch with anybody, and I'm just gonna say, you want more meat? I have some over here, and I hold up my whole bag as if it's full of meat.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Gotcha. Make a let's see, what would this be? Now, is your bag? You're holding like the bag of rations? Is that what you're holding? So you
Holding
actually
up, like, my whole, like, little, like,
okay.
pouch thing
Okay.
that I had, like, where I put the talon and all of those things.
Go ahead and roll.
Do you have any meat in your pouch?
roll persuasion with a boon.
Okay.
All right.
Did that roll with the boon, or did it not work?
The first roll was better. A 10
Okay.
success. Yeah. So it locked. His eyes are trained on you as you're moving in that direction, kind of ignoring the doorway at the time being.
And you guys hear this, and it's there's a tone in Kalska's voice that is "ee" at the end, like.
All right.
it.
To numeral. What do you do? Something's going on in that room.
Yeah. I'll switch. Can I swap initiative with Connery?
You can.
I'll do that.
Okay. Swapping with Connery. So we're going to take to numeral to 10. And we're going to take Connery to 3. And then Connery, it's your turn. What do you do?
All right. Walk up to him, like right here.
Sure.
It's still snacking on its meat.
Well, it's actually, yeah, it's like chewing, but it's looking towards Calcica, getting ready to see, like, it looks like it's getting ready to lunge towards her.
Okay, slowly approaching it. And put my hand out. Like, sun's getting real low, big guy. Try to calm it down. Try to, let's see, what do you want? Actually, do I know anything about a manticore. Can I roll beast lore or anything?
Connor, you probably have never seen a creature like this in your entire life.
Oh, you're a pretty little thing, aren't you? Yeah. Oh, look at you with your cat face and your deadly scorpion tail.
And the teeth probably have like chunks of flesh hanging off of it, like jaws or something. You know?
Okay. This is not something that I'm gonna be able to purge by any chance. Exactly what chat said. What's the opposite of pss, pss? More like no.
Cats don't listen to the word no.
Exactly. Don't knock that glass all day, Connor. So I can exercise a demon or undead. Would this be considered a demon?
This is not considered a demon.
It's just a straight up ugly. All right. Four-legged, so it would be. Let's do a topple with a bane.
Topple with a bane?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna try to trip it up.
Yeah.
Put your head in its mouth. That's a good trick.
Hey, what?
I think with a topple, I think I have to make it a roll too.
Yeah, it's handled with an opposed roll between my skill level and the weapon, and the enemy's evade.
Yeah. This has
But
got a pretty
I
good
would
evade.
be working with I would be working with a bane because you have 4 legs, correct?
Actually, this has 6, I believe.
All right.
Let me double check.
Super bane. I don't think that's a thing.
Oh no, in the picture it only has 4.
All right, so
Yeah, we'll say 4.
put this on 1 bane.
Well, let's see. Unfortunately, the manticore is rather elusive as you try to trip it up.
Yeah, I don't think meets beats in this game anyway, so I'm pretty sure I failed.
Well, meets beats, I think, is fine. So you
Okay.
succeeded, but it also succeeded and rolled better than you. So it kind of jumps out of the way as you kind of try to trip it up. And honestly, it's such a big creature that when you try to like put the staff like down there, it just kind of like just brushes you aside.
Okay, so I'll go swinging and miss and say, "Where you going, big guy? Come back."
All right, so it is the manticore's turn. I'm gonna roll to see who it attacks. I'm gonna roll a D. Let's do a D6. 1, 2, 3. It'll go to Kalsika. 4, 5, 6 to Connery. Connery.
Should have been more like 1, 2, and then 3, 4, 5, 6 for Con.
Let's see what it's gonna do. A 5. With full force, it leaps at you, Connery. It does a crushing charge.
Ooh.
You've already used your action, so you won't be able to dodge. You are going to take 3d6.
That's what you think. Fast footwork.
Oh, what is this?
Oh, nice.
He's busting out one of his new features. Look at this. You may attempt to dodge an attack without consuming your action for the round. Okay, you're going to try to dodge then?
Yeah.
All right, go ahead and roll for evade. See if you jump
that
out of
was
the
my
way.
roll.
Oh, that was your roll, and it succeeds. Yeah, so it goes like, and it just leaps at you after you tried to like trip it up, and you roll out of the way, and it just slides across the floor on the other side of you.
See, big guy, I could dodge too.
Very good, nice turn. That brings up Belthus.
All right, hearing all the ruckus, I'm gonna pull out my sword and charge in. I think I have to maneuver past Geyer.
Yeah, you can move through
the door.
Yep.
Cool.
You can see this
then-
this terrifying beast engage with Calcica and Conry.
I'll just take a moment to soak in the sight of this glorious beast as I stab it.
As you stab it.
Yeah.
Go for
so
it.
pretty.
What a magnificent creature. Let me kill it.
Oh no.
Oh, I think that's normally that would be a miss, but I'm gonna push it.
Go for it.
Ooh.
I will push the roll. I'll
Get
say that I
angry.
am. Yeah, I'm a little frustrated that I would miss against such a glorious and terrifying beast. So I'll become angry and try again.
All right. That's better.
Nice.
And the damage is better too. Look at that. 12 damage as you drive your blade into the chest of this creature. It roars out in pain as you can see some of the flesh that stuck to the teeth kind of like falls off onto the ground and onto your armor. Terrible breath.
It's stuck in my helmet.
Let me double check. Yeah, it seems like it took quite a swipe from him. Now, is your damage also including your damage bonus, right? Whenever you're rolling.
Let me double check. Yeah, that does include my damage bonus already.
Excellent. All right,
So.
cool. Yeah, it looks like you put quite a wound on this creature.
Ah,
And it's not happy about it, and it's its turn. So it's going to attack you, Belthus, as you
Alrighty.
have attracted its attention. And it rolls a 5. That's the same it had rolled last time, so I'm going to roll again. 1. So, and after like you stabbing it, and it kind of fades back from you a little bit, you can see the tail start to swing around towards you
oh no.
as its massive tail comes at you. But this is actually interesting. Well, it's got a good range on this. And you used your action. So the attack deals a d12 piercing damage and injects the victim with a paralyzing poison. With
Okay.
Potency 12. Oh, the attack can be parried with a shield.
I can
But-
parry because I used my action.
Yeah, unless you have something that allows you to parry for free, but I don't think you do.
I do not. No.
Okay. So you're
No.
gonna take the d12 piercing damage. Let's see how that works out for you. 6 points of piercing damage. Is that enough to break through your armor?
I don't think that does not clear the armor.
Okay,
So.
so here's what I'm gonna say.
Not-
Since it doesn't clear your armor, I'm not gonna make you make the roll for the injection because it didn't actually like hit you.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna say that doesn't have any effect here, as you're able to
Left a
withstand. It left a dent, and it was a huge impact. You felt it; it almost threw you back. But that brings us to Geyer.
So I've been sort of keeping my head poked around the door, watching this going on, and I saw Belta seemed to.
Wait, I gotta put a goblin in here. That's
Hey, we'll take
talk about
this teammate. And Beltis said he stabbed it, right? And this thing didn't seem to like getting stabbed.
Oh, it didn't like getting stabbed. Not at all. Look like Belthus put a nice direct hit on it too. And there's definitely blood like pouring out of it.
Okay. Geyer's concerned about Calcica, so against his better judgment, he's going to circle into the room a little further.
Ooh, brave Geyer. Look at this.
And pull out his dagger and try to sort of stab into one of the hindquarters, come back towards the backside of this thing.
Oh, excellent. Yeah, go ahead and make your attack roll.
Try to
That's gonna hit.
that'll hit.
8
Yeah.
points of damage. Very nice. You catch it in like kind of like the back, like thigh area of his back leg, and it's just pulling its tail back from knocking Belthus for a loop for a second, and it whips its head around. You can see these yellow, terrifying, beady eyes looking in your direction now, Geyer.
And I'm going to use the last little bit of my movement and be like, try to circle around behind it.
All right. With the next initiative on its turn, it's going to make a strike towards Geyer. Ha, it does the 5 again. It just tries to jump and lash out towards you, Geyer. Is there anything that you can do about it?
Not without my action.
All right, so you are going to take 3d6 bludgeoning damage on impact. And it's going to be 12 bludgeoning as it slams you to the ground and you are knocked prone.
And unconscious.
And unconscious. Oh no.
Wait, don't you have that armor on?
Yeah,
that's right.
You were in you were in your armor. Yeah.
Okay, so that's so.
Don't mess with my duck.
Okay. So it soaks 4, so that does 8.
All right. But you are like knocked to the ground from the impact
knocked to
of
the
this
ground.
creature.
And probably some blood coming out of my mouth from getting just landed on. Like.
And it like stands over you, Geyer, and it's like roaring down at you. Like this spit and nasty like pieces of food and stuff are just covering you. And that brings us to Tenumeral with the last initiative of this round.
Well, so Tenumeral would now poke around the corner. Is this door open all the way? Like if I'm in the hall?
Yeah, they came through it. So
Belthus just kicked it straight in.
Yeah.
Oh, and Geyer, I think too. Can you do me a favor? Search up the torch rolls. I think you might have to make a roll to see if your torch stays lit when you get like tossed to the ground or something like that.
When you get rocked.
Yeah, if you get rocked, I think your torch might go out. There are some specific torch rolls, so I want to make sure we're using those too. But yeah, you can go ahead to Tenumeral while he's looking that up.
So I would draw my bow and arrow and try and aim.
Okay,
And
yeah.
hit this thing.
Go for it. Yeah, make your short bow attack.
Let's see. My bows are 12.
You hit then with a 12. You can roll your damage. So it'd be your short bow damage. Do you have... Or short bows, they're agility based, right?
Yeah, so I have the D4.
You have D4 damage
agility
bonus. Yeah, there you go. So you roll your whatever your damage is for the short bow plus a D4.
Okay.
There's 5 plus 4, 9 points of damage. Nicely done.
All right.
As you strike it, it's roaring down at Geyer, and you put an arrow right between its shoulder blades and its back, like between its wings. Like this thing has like bat-like wings on the back of it. And it roars out in pain and turns around quickly, looking in your direction. Kind of sees Geyer and Belthus standing there, is not really sure like which one of you was responsible for it.
Real quick for the group, Torch Rules doesn't say anything specifically about what you're getting knocked down, but says when DM declares, you roll a die based on the type of light it is. In the Torch's case, you roll a d6. On a 1, it goes out. So Geyer has no light.
The torch goes out.
I cannot turn the light off on my token.
Yeah, I will do it for you. Yeah, I'll turn the token does not emit light anymore. It should be refreshed now. Did it refresh?
Yeah,
Yep,
I
refreshed.
can't
I did
see
my
Geyer.
light went out.
Okay, your light went out. Okay.
Yep.
All right.
So like if I move up here, I lose it in the dark, but it leaves the exposed area, like that circle that I had carved out.
Can we rephrase
yeah.
Geyer's light goes out? That sounds like we just lost him.
Geyer's light went out.
Oh wait, what just happened? That was weird.
Whoa, what happened?
I don't know what happened. Oh, I know what I did. That's funny. I used the wrong. I dealt the wrong deck to the initiative order. I dealt you all treasure. Congratulations, guys! You guys all won some treasure for this for the top of the second round. You guys are just like, here's some treasure, guys.
The apology before the TPK.
Wow, you guys like have a really good benefit of the doubt here because 4 of you go before the mana core does. Connery, you're up first.
Okay. I'm gonna take a swing at the left bat wing here.
Okay.
Go for it.
That's gonna hit for 8 points of damage.
Yeah.
You slam into it. It's you guys are putting a beating on it. I mean, it's just turning around, looking at each of you. You kind of distracting it with each attack as it's just moving its head from one of you to the other as you guys are pounding on it.
Grab my staff with both hands, come down on it like a Louisville slugger, and as soon as I hit it, I told you the sun's getting low.
Very nice. Belthus, you're watching Connery beat this thing with the staff. What do you do?
Join right in with him. I'm gonna take a nice swinging slash with the totem.
Go for it.
Remember, chat. He's saying that you still have that boon that he gave you.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. I mean, we in general, the party, yeah.
Yeah. So if someone really wants it, they can call it. I think.
Yeah, you do have a boon. Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna make a normal one at first here. Oh no, I would miss, so I am going to take another condition that I am increasingly disheartened that my hits aren't landing clean on this beast.
Okay.
And I will try again. Okay.
Much better. I was gonna say you have a 16 in this skill. Why you keep missing?
Yeah.
Very nice. 13 damage. Another formidable strike against the creature, and there is blood just spewing out of the front of it now as you got a good slash across the throat. It looks like it's actually regretting its decision to growl at you all and is starting to show itself. It doesn't look like it wants to quit, but it's very hurt.
End turn.
Speaking of very hurt, Geyer, it's your turn.
Geyer's going to stand up. What is it still facing towards me? Like what?
Nope,
what
it's got it.
here?
You're seeing the tail barely missing you above your head in the darkness. Well, in the light from Connery's illuminated amulet.
Okay, well that is still workable.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna stand and get myself up.
Yep.
Go into my pouch, pull out my rope, and as this tail is like flailing around, I'm gonna take the rope out and just try to, like, as it drops down, latch it around it and just start trying to pull down and try to restrain the tail a little bit.
Okay, since you're trying to restrain it, you're using your muscles. So I'm gonna say just roll a strength. Roll against strength for me.
Okay, and I'm gonna push this. Yeah, I am not happy this thing just jumped on my face and probably has broken a couple of ribs. I'm a little angry.
Hey, Geyer, do me a favor. Roll a d8.
Uh-oh.
I don't like this. Michael?
Should have taken the boon.
6, okay.
Right? Should have taken the boon.
Geyer, you get the rope around the tail. The tail just chucks you, and you go flying down here and just roll, and you're prone again down here at the bottom.
Can I try to hold on to the rope?
I would say because you failed your strength check, that you weren't able to hold on, and it's just so powerful. You just get flung, even in its weakened, damaged state. This tail is just massive, and it tosses you across the room, basically.
Look, an angry flying duck.
And Kalsika, you just witnessed that. You heard Geyer just go, ah!
Bad. Kalska is going to use backstabbing on this thing.
Ooh, there you go.
You hurt my duck. We are gonna have a problem. Why is me and my computer having disagreements today? So let's just okay.
Moving on the attack roll. You got it.
So
Oh, that's a dragon.
Oh yeah.
So, like, your options are like double damage. I will tell you this, it doesn't seem like the creature has any sort of armor or even natural armor. Like, you guys are able to like hit it or slice it with no problem. It just seemed like it had a lot of vitality.
Question on this. Because I get to add an extra damage dice to it, so that'd be 2d8. So if I'm doubling damage, it's 4d8.
Increase damage dice by 1. I think it only applies to the damage die of the weapon. Even your ability, it doesn't add another to your ability. So with this, you'd have 3 of your damage die plus 1 of your damage die bonus.
Yeah, roll double the amount of your weapons.
Yeah, it only applies to the weapon damage.
So it'd be 3d8 and then my agility bonus.
3d8 plus your agility bonus. That's correct.
Okay. 3d8 plus my agility bonus, which is d4.
Nice.
Kalsika, please describe how you take down this terrible beast.
You guys hear just this tiny little like screech build up in her because she's like behind the thing for everybody except for maybe Belthus can kind of see her a little bit, and it's just like an angry child throwing a fit as she launches herself onto it and is just stabbing it, screaming, "You hurt my duck! You hurt my duck! You hurt my duck!"
It's doing one of those things where it's trying to like turn its head to see you on its shoulders to try to like bite you, but it's going and it slams down to the ground in a bloody heap. And you're standing there, you're covered in crimson liquid as blood is sprayed all over you, Kalsika, and you look like a crazy maniac to Belthus and Connery as they're standing in front of you, fully illuminated by the light of Connery's amulet.
I tried to make friends, but you had to be a jerk cat. And Kalska steps, like walks across its body, and then goes to Geyer, wherever Geyer landed. I don't know where he landed.
You got a little everywhere.
Kalska's not concerned, and she's gonna keep moving over towards wherever Geyer landed. I think he's over here. Can't see him on the thing.
And as you approach Geyer, you can see that he's laying on the ground, but I think that is the perfect time for us to take our break for the evening. So we're going to stop right there for a moment, and we will refill our beverages and get a quick stretch before we jump back in as the Manticore has met its demise. Hello, and thank you so much for hanging out with us here at Proficiency Bonus. Please take an opportunity to support our sponsors.
First up is Little Dragon Corp. Little Dragon Corp is an online storefront based in the Great White North of Canada. They sell everything your heart could desire, so long as everything your heart desires is largely polyhedral dice sets and other TTRPG sundries. Check them out for all of your dicey needs. Perhaps buy a lovely hardcover copy of one of these fine books. If you're feeling especially cute, you could treat yourself to a t-shirt or one of these fine little proprietary Little Dragon Corp dragon plushies. They've got all the classic types of dragon, like Mooney, Terra, Dad, whatever strikes your fancy over on Little Dragon Corp. Be sure to enter our special promo code BONUS at checkout for 15% off of your order. That's BONUS, BONUS, for 15% off your order. That's like if you made 7 individual purchases, you could basically buy anything you want on the store, and it's like it was free with all the money that you saved from earlier. I'm absolutely positive that's how math works, and I will be taking no questions at this time. Thank you, Little Dragon Corp.
Cardboard Castle Games is a brick-and-mortar game store local to Evans, Georgia. They have a wide selection of tabletop gaming and other cool games like Magic the Gathering, Pokemon cards, and even Yu-Gi-Oh! You can visit them in-store and let them know that we sent you, or you can go visit their website at cardboardcastlegames.com.
Don't forget to find us on social media. We're on Twitter, Facebook, and Discord. Links to our social media pages and outlets are located below this video.
Don't forget, you can also support the channel by following, by subscribing, remembering to click the bell notification so you never miss another live stream, using channel emotes, and if you're an Amazon Prime user, you get a free subscription to Twitch every month.
While we are away, now is a great time to go subscribe to our YouTube channel. It's absolutely free, and there you will find hours upon hours of content to enjoy. Click the bell icon to activate notifications so you won't miss a single show. Once again, thank you for joining us. We hope you are enjoying the show, and we'll be back in just a moment. And welcome back, everybody. The party just encountered a terrible beast in the lower level of the Temple of the Purple Flame. They were able to overcome it and put the beast down. Not without a
the
little
duck has
bit
been
of
with
pain.
us the entire time.
And Kalsika has just approached Geyer, who's laying on the ground after being tossed across the room What do you guys do?
Has anybody seen my torch?
Got your torch right now, Mr. Geyer. Are you okay?
Guy's gonna look down and at the blood that he just coughed up on himself.
Conry!
Better?
What?
Help!
That duck is done. I guess I'll help.
Kauska stands up and is looking at you, like, in full like, forgetting she's just covered in manticore, is, like, like, sad-facing, looking at Conry, like, doing, like, the cute Catholic shtick, and it's not working because she's covered in gore.
That doesn't work. How much health are you missing, Quack Quack?
Like 80%, give or take.
Okay.
On a scale of 1 to 10.
On a scale of 1 to 11, I'm sort of feeling like a 3, maybe.
I don't want to overheal you, so let's just do. So that's gonna come out to 9 HP.
Hey.
That's just about the right number.
Yep.
As Conry, remind me again. What are you using as your like spellcasting focus, or is it just kind of come from you, or like remind me how
amulet.
it looks? The amulet. Yeah.
Yep.
So he holds up the amulet. It's still illuminating a light, and you can see kind of the sparkles of green energy as this magic kind of pours over you and heals your wounds from the damage that you took from the terrible creature that leapt across the room and slammed you down to the ground.
Given that Conry's light is actually still got his light on this thing, both Conry and assuming Kauska is over there can see Geyer is almost shaking while Conry is doing this. As just sort of like you can tell, like every muscle, every nerve in his body is telling him to just get up and run. But he manages to sit through it and is feeling much better for it. Give it a little bit of a stretch. Thank you. It's just...
See, that wasn't so bad.
Considering I think I had 3 or 4 broken ribs, I'd have to agree with you.
Between you and Beltis, I think with all these conditions, we may want to seek like therapy. You know, anger, disheartened, scared.
That is not my fault. You fools charged in to attack the thing.
Trying to make friends with it. It just didn't want to be friends.
Right.
The
It was a
jerk
big
of a
kitty
cat.
with big kitty with an anger issue.
Speak of.
Like that one. Exactly. Perfect example.
Did you come here to yell at me for something? What did I do?
Mr. Mallard, do you need
You
a
just
new
killed me.
torch?
You let them kill me.
You're yelling
Now
at
have
the
my
cat.
fucking tail.
Yep. No, not those wires. Stop that. What are you doing?
Yeah, he's going to make his way, slowly get himself back up and start feeling around, try to find his torch, and then relight it.
I think it just takes like an action to like light your torch, right? So
Yeah.
you relight that. I'll go ahead and reapply that illumination to your token. There you go. You should be able to see now.
Yep. Then I'm going to start looking around, like seeing Kelsey wants to light the torch and seeing her just... Did it swallow you?
I stabbed it a bunch of times because I was cranky.
But I can tell.
It's kind of fun.
I'm going to look at Belthus. Is Belthus wearing any sort of, like, cape or cloak?
I don't think so. What do you... I mean, Belthus, that's up to you.
He's looking for a napkin.
Basically.
Oh. I might have like a empty tabard, like a plain tabard or something over the armor.
And could I have that?
Sure.
It's going to take it and, like all good parents do with their kid, is basically drape it right over Kalska's head and then bowling ball shine. Try to get the blood over it.
Mr. Buffus, it's fine. Mr. Kerr, Buffus.
Well,
Which is-
it's
which
going
is
to
a
take a
fairly
day or
quick-
so to get back to the river so you can have a proper bath.
Ew, what's a bath?
That's when I had Belthus throw you in the lake to wash all the magical blood off you.
Oh, okay. It's been a while. Kalska freezes for a minute and then just goes, yeah, I'm fine. Just goes, like, skipping over this way.
something
Tenumeral
again.
Tenumeral and Calcica would probably be the first to notice this, but maybe even Gyre maybe a little bit. Now that you're down here, that humming, that kind of like vibration seems to be present everywhere here. It was kind of hard to focus on it when you had that beast like bearing down on you trying to devour you, but now that you have some time to like settle, you can kind of feel it all around you. And Gyre, as you're approaching down there, you do see a door that you have discovered. And let me, what kind of door is that? Let me see if there's...
Is it unlocked?
I want to see if there's some kind of indication on what kind of door it is. East. It seems to be a narrow door. It just says a narrow door.
Okay. I was going to try to open it.
All right,
If it's
yeah, go,
narrow, it means it'll be hard for something to come through.
go for it. You should be able to click on it. Yep, it's a spiral staircase leading up. You're leading up. Yeah, you're thinking that this leads to that other door that was upstairs in that altar room that you guys didn't go through.
With the scratching.
Where you heard the scratching originally. It probably was coming from that massive beast in this room.
Hmm.
Hey, I
What-
think we figured out what the scratching was.
What do I see? What do I see over here?
Over here. Let's see where you are, Connor. Oh, there's a door. You found a door.
What kind of door?
A large iron gate with a relief of a violet flame that appears to be leading to some kind of staircase with like a dais and strange like this is intricate carving on this door. Seems like it's with a staircase. It leads to some kind of glowing image. Kind of reminds me of the Ghostbusters movie at the very end. If you guys remember the old Ghostbusters movie, yeah. Stay Puft Marshmallow Man, you know.
It's a very prominent door, basically.
Yeah,
It
very
really sticks out.
Yeah, it really stands out. Yeah.
All right, we're gonna keep it close. Let's keep going.
Okay. Yeah, Connor, you're just exploring the northern part. Gyre, you guys do discover to the south there is a low iron door down there.
Okay,
So where'd everybody go?
might as well open another one.
Okay, you try to open this one and it doesn't budge. And you look around the edge and it seems like this door is like rusted shut. Like you'd really have to like pry on it or beat on this door to open it.
Gonna turn around and look at Balthus.
I'll nod.
I think you need to knock on this one.
All right, I will try to muscle it open to the extent that I can.
Okay, you can go ahead and make a strength roll. I'll allow it.
Alrighty. Regular strength.
Can I help him?
You could have, but he doesn't need it. As in-
Like, I don't know where did I put that warhammer?
Now, I'm going to say, Belthus, with the inclusion of this roll, it takes you a few shoulders into this door. You can see some of the rust starts to break apart. You can see some dust like falling into the creases of where the door closes tightly. And then all of a sudden the door opens and you guys hear an eruption of voices as you guys end up in that sacrificial pit. And you look in and there's a bunch of skeletons in the room, like crawling about on the floor, some wandering, some like just in the corners, like bouncing off the walls in the corners going, free us, destroy this place, crumble it to the ground.
Door pulls it shut.
You think you're slick? Yeah, I saw that.
Oh.
Has anyone seen Connery? I think he wandered off somewhere.
Connery, there are a couple of skeletons that are just like putting their hands around your shoulders. And they're going, close the portal. Free us from our misery. Free us.
Connery hears Casca going, Connery, come here, boy. Come here.
I hear somebody calling. Can you give me 1 second? Take his arm from around me. I'll be right back.
Connery, you trip on something.
Oh, is it, I hope it's a blueberry.
It is a treasure equivalent to 1 treasure card.
Oh. That's what you get for blocking me in.
So I'm gonna roll a d6 to see which deck I'm gonna take it from, because I uploaded a new extended treasure deck that I picked up on
treasure.
So
It's
why not roll
another
2d6?
Warhammer.
It's gonna come from the extended treasure deck. So let's see. I'm gonna pull out this card. Ooh, we got some, looks like adventuring gear. Oh, what did I just do? Oh no! I made it go away. I hit the
Can't
wrong
blame the cat.
button. Oh, we'll pick a new one.
Watch, that was Excalibur.
Let me see if I can do this the correct way. Oh, scholarly tools.
What?
Go back
ahead
to
and
adventuring tools? Because
roll-
what the heck happened?
roll-
That's not my fault, that's yours.
I don't know how to find it. I hit some buttons and it's gone.
Scholarly?
Go ahead and roll a d6 for me.
Alright, looks like I got a 2.
2. You have you trip over a pen and an ink pot.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
specifically small thing to trip over.
Yeah. It's weird because, well, you stepped right on the ink pot and it kind of rolled a little bit and almost like tweaked your ankle.
So I go to pick these up, the little, I guess it's like a quill, like a feather pen.
Yeah.
Better than a sword.
Oh my god.
The skeleton like
You guys-
grabs your forearm as you're holding this. It's, free us! Free us! I'm so bored.
Well, here's an ink pot and a pen. Why don't you draw?
It's hard to hold it.
No, and then I realize his hand is missing.
Please. We've been here for hundreds of years.
I can smell it on your breath. Okay.
They don't try to hurt you.
I appreciate that. The door magically opened itself. Hey, these poor souls, they're not hostile. We can enter this room without care. I mean, without any worry or care. Either one. Come on in.
Free
Oh, okay.
us!
Or
Free us!
shut
A
the
couple
door again.
skeletons are trying to like come through the door.
I'm just gonna take my time to go further into the room and see if I could find an alternate
As you're looking around, you don't see any kind of alternate routes. You do see the narrow entryway above you that seems to be several meters up of where the pit actually falls in. You do see that the corpse that's in the middle of the floor it's not animated like the skeletons are. It's just continued to lay there. But it does have, there's laying next to it is a short sword. On his waist is a dagger. There's a backpack laying next to it with a rope and 2 torches.
Okay. I would like to pick all of that up. Like
Okay.
try to condense it as much as possible. Put the dagger in the backpack if it can fit, and
As you're walking
the,
around, like the skeletons are following you around the room. Like it's like you're their biggest fan, and they're just like continuously saying, "Free us."
Okay, so you guys seem to have been down here for quite some time.
Hundreds of years.
Okay, but specifically in this room for hundreds of years, or
Right here.
okay, so you do not know what's behind the purple flame door?
Close the portal.
It's the portal behind the purple flame door?
Close it.
Okay,
Relieve us from our misery.
okay. I can do that. Do any of you have any way of compensating us for such a task?
They all just look at each other.
Okay. It's gonna be a negative. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna free you. But I'm gonna need how many of them are in the room?
Probably at least 30.
30? I'm gonna need the assistance of 2 of you.
I gotta read something.
He's looking
real
at the
quick.
manual like, wait a second, can I do this?
It doesn't say they can't leave.
Right.
All right. What is your bidding?
Well, I'm glad you asked. And then I take the rope from the backpack that I just got, and I am going to just fashion 2 little lassos and tie them around 2 of their necks and give them a little slack. And...
You were supposed to free us, not bind us.
Oh no! This is part of the freeing you.
How is tying a rope around my neck freeing us?
It's to make sure you don't wander too far, but I'm gonna need you in case there's any traps moving ahead. So, come on, let's go find out what's behind that purple door.
Show us the way.
All right, and I take my 2 friends, Lucy and River, and walk over to the door.
You're naming the skeletons Lucy and River.
Yep.
Oh no.
It's weird because the door won't open. I think somebody's holding it shut.
I would just like to point out the rest of us have already left. We're at the purple door.
other
We've gone
Yeah,
through.
yeah.
Oh, you jerks. Hey, there's Tinny. Just walk right by her.
Apparently,
Yeah.
Tinny's the one holding the door shut on you.
Guy,
Right?
you can see Connery comes out of the chamber above the rusted door, and as you guys are looking at this intricately carved doorway, 2 skeletons on ropes are approaching with Connery, and they look at you, and they see you guys too, and they're like, "Free us!"
We're working on it.
All right. So, why don't you open the door for us?
Okay, one of the skeletons approaches the door and opens the door. open?
Nothing? Okay. They're still alive. All right.
Nothing happens.
peek in with my lighted amulet here. Let's see.
Okay.
Here we go.
Sure. And as you walk
Garrett's
in,
going to do the same, moving to the right as Connery goes left.
yeah, as you guys walk into the room, you guys see ahead of you an ornate chamber with murals and lavishly decorated columns along the walls. The rock seems half molten, semi-organic, like the inside of a fossil monster. On a marble altar burns a violet fire. 2 tall figures with axes are standing at the altar. The north wall behind the altar vibrates like a mirror of water. And this violet fire just seems to ripple and burn, causing this, and you can see that rippling behind it, causing this vibration, this hum along the whole chamber. As now you can hear and see the source of where this thing is coming from. You guys also see standing in front of the dais there are these 2 interesting looking figures. I'll show you what they look like. I'll give you a handout. Show to everyone. This is what they look like.
Oh, hello.
They are
Handsome fellas.
They are taller than normal people. They're a little bit. They're taller than Matthew in real life. So they're tall. And it's almost they look unnaturally thin, and almost as if their limbs are a little elongated. Like the proportions don't really seem correct. They have this iron armor that seems to be infused onto their flesh. Like it almost seems like it's a part of them now. And their eyes are completely black and surrounded by this strange purple aura as they seem to just look over their shoulder into your direction. And one of them kind of calls out to you and says, and speaking in a raspy voice, as if, and it starts to say, so you've heard the call of Sathmog as well, have you? Have you come for the opportunity to be a part of his realm? And he holds his hands out towards the rippling mirrored wall behind the flame.
Question really quick before we all do stupid things and get ourselves in trouble. By we, I mean
Heal Lucy and River.
The 2 figures with the axes, are they dressed similarly to the group that we saw take off?
Or do they look to be statues?
Or are they like, yeah?
There are 2 statues there located up there, but these guys fit the description of what the cultists were talking about. These guys look like they were probably cultists that got changed somehow.
But the 2 we can see on the map with the heavy axes, are those statues?
Those are statues, yeah.
Okay.
Looks like just some kind of ornate carvings that are just standing ominously in the room.
Okay.
Geyer's going to take a step forward.
Yes. Answer the call of Sathmog.
Yes, we have heard the stories and wonder from our cohorts, Quasimund. He has sent us to see you. There is much trouble to be found at Bothild's Lode. Are you familiar with it?
He doesn't really look puzzled, but just kind of looks towards you and kind of shrugs off everything that you just said and said, "Don't delay. Step into the realm. See for yourself."
Now, Geyer still has Balthus's tabard still in his hands. It's now probably damp and sticky with manticore gore. Take another couple of steps forward. No, you don't understand. There are problems with the faithful. A white water serpent has been eating people.
A white water serpent will have no power against us.
My entire group was destroyed.
Then you
Only
need...
5 of us managed to escape to Joyan.
Then you need the power of Sathmog. Step through the realm and be forever changed.
So you're saying if I go through this portal, I am going to become stronger.
And faster.
Kalska grabs
smarter?
Conry's tail.
And more powerful.
I'm holding Conry's tail.
Little handsome?
As handsome as us.
Oh God, never mind.
Geyer takes another couple steps forward towards these two.
Yeah, and as they say as handsome as us, they like look at each other and this like massive toothy...
No, it's the episode Hush from Buffy. I'm done.
Belthus, you're following right behind?
Absolutely. Keeping relatively close.
That's right. Step forward, step through into the realm of Sathmog. Be forever changed.
I would like to approach the portal.
Kalska moves with Conry, but before we get too close, she's gonna say, "What if we push them?"
That'd be mean.
I don't think they want to be friends, just like the bad kitty.
Conry, looking towards the portal, Conry, you can see that the portal itself is actually framed in something that looks to be maybe some kind of spine of some kind of beast. Like it's got a skeletal frame around it as you approach. And it opens up in what looks to be some sort of semi-organic looking city with a purple sky that kind of moves with the observer as you change your viewpoint. It's really confusing because it projects at different skewed angles. It's really confusing for your mind to like interpret. It just looks strange. It almost looks like muscle tissue structures that seem to be moving a little bit and slightly changing as you look.
Geyer's going to look at Belthus as we're starting to get closer and very quietly say, I'm going to step up and try to put out the fire.
Now, I rolled for awareness to try to get a sense of what might be powering or what might be concentrating on keeping this portal open. I failed horribly, so I am going to push the roll. I'm gonna take an exhausted, as it makes sense since we were up training and did not succeed, at least on my end.
Okay.
And hey, there you go. What you got?
Conry, you feel like there isn't anything physical here keeping this portal open, but that flame that's burning is the key, and that flame seems to be some sort of magical presence.
Okay. Looking at the duck.
Watching Geyer approach with this piece of fabric, you have every sense that he's going to put this fabric on there and it's going to magically burn up and then just dissipate and nothing's going to happen.
That is all I needed to know. So I at least get the idea that he's going to try to put out the flame. So I am going to move. Where is the portal on the map? Behind the fire, right?
Yeah, it's behind the fire. It's this thing right here.
Yeah, that lens.
Yep.
All right, so this is where both of them are?
It kind of does look like a contact lens. Yeah.
Oh, no, I see the other one. Okay. So I will go over here.
Oh, you've all answered the call to Sathmog. What a joyous day.
Oh, sorry.
Which one is talking?
They're both kind of talking back and forth. Like they seem to be both as excited that you're approaching the dais and getting ready to walk through the mirrored wall.
Real quick before whatever Conry and Geyer are gonna do, Kalska's gonna like swing around and just like not try to obviously hide, but just like almost look like she's entranced by the statue.
Okay.
A little as she like makes her way forward, so that at least I'm behind this thing for a moment.
Okay.
So being to the east of both of their position at the moment, I'm gonna try to maintain their attention while Geyer, because I'm getting the idea that Geyer's gonna try to put out the flame. I don't know if it's gonna be successful or not, but I'm gonna try to keep them busy.
Well, as you say that, you hear a voice from behind you. And the two skeletons that you brought in the room start screeching and pointing. Close the portal! Close it! Free us from our misery! And the two, like, twisted cultists, like, look in that direction and say, No, you will not deny Sathmog's return! Then they start, like, pointing in that direction towards the skeletons.
The minute that happens, Geyer is tackling the fire, just grabbing the thing and jumping on top of it.
Oh, you're like diving into the fire with
like literally dive on top, like I'm trying to smother this thing out.
Okay, so this is magical flame. So you guys watch as like Geyer jumps in and the flame just like erupts around him. Geyer, you are going to suffer 1 point of fire damage as you kind of roll out of it. And immediately the cultists get super angry. So I'm gonna get us a turn order up here because they got battle axes ready and they are not looking happy about this. So I'm gonna add you guys all to initiative order, and we're gonna get you added turn.
Guy's running in circles in his little car. Extinguish me!
Oh, I accidentally added the magical fire to the initiative. I'll take that off of there. I am going to... so basically, the way these cultists work is they are NPCs. So they have similar actions that you guys do. They don't have like the monster attacks. So I'm going to have each of them have their own initiative card for this combat encounter. Just so you guys know that in advance.
No, don't ask it. I know where you're going.
So in that room, I found a dagger and a short sword.
Yeah.
Could I arm Lucy and River?
Well, they're way back in the back of the room because you told them to like wait back there. So I would say you can, but it's going to take like one of your actions to like do so. Let's go and give us a battle track. And we are ready to go. Connor, you see them all like getting angry at Geyer's jumping towards the flame. How do you respond?
All right. We're gonna do another topple contested versus Baldy right beside me.
Okay, you got it. Let me double check and see what his stats are against that.
Because he only has 2 legs.
That you can see.
From underneath the robe, Drider.
Fails miserably. Rolls a demon.
Right.
So you have toppled this one to the ground. He's getting his axe ready out. Looks like he's getting ready to like take a swipe at Belthus beside him, and you just trip him up, and he goes slamming to the ground beside Belthus.
Nice.
Geyer, I would say you are start the round prone because you dove into the fire.
Yep.
So you're back there, but like I said, you can stand up as a free action. So
yeah, I'm gonna stand myself up. Gonna grab my. Seeing that this fire didn't go out,
like it didn't seem to change at all. You just kind of like dove into it.
That may not have been my brightest idea, but that gives me another one. I'm going to grab my rope.
Okay.
Roll it around Mr. Tall, Big, and Bearded.
Okay.
And try to pull him back into the fire.
Okay. All right. Go ahead and What attack skills do you have again?
That I'm good with crossbows and knives.
Doesn't really sound like a crossbows and knives thing.
No, not really.
Would it
I
be
could
like-
go sleight of hand, maybe. Manual dexterity. Let me see.
Just do agility. Let's just roll against your agility.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
Yeah.
Geyer stands up, lassos the cultist, and gives a quick yank. The cultist was getting ready to come towards you anyway, seeing that you jumped towards the fire. So you kind of just heaved his momentum forward into the fire. Go ahead and roll a d6 for me. Yeah, he stumbles into the fire and it kind of burns him up a little bit. And he does take 4 points of damage. Nice.
Oh, okay. I'm just going to sort of loop the other end of the rope around my arm so I keep a grip on him.
Geyer, standing so close to that mirrored wall, you feel this draw. And you can hear whispers. You're not really sure what they're saying. But you look over towards it and you can see the muscle masses of buildings and streets and alleys just kind of like moving. One of them kind of beating like a heart. Strange.
Do I see any people wandering around that might have money?
You don't. You don't see any people at all.
Can't sell anything there.
Belthus, you're up.
Alrighty. The one that Connery knocked onto the ground,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to pull out Fiend Crusher.
Ooh.
Because this thing thirsts for demon,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm going to just start wailing on it. And
Okay.
I think I get a boon if this figure is prone.
It is, bro. Yeah, you get a boon. Mhm.
Alrighty.
Don't forget, you
So
guys
I
still
will
have
add
the
a-
boon from chat as well that you guys can use during this.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, time's ticking on that one.
Yeah.
for the big
I'm gonna-
need.
Fiend Crusher hits.
And I think there's also an additional 1d6 damage on a prone figure.
There is, yes.
So there we go, 8 and 4.
12 damage.
Just- Whoa! Like wail on that thing.
Yeah, as you're wailing, you do see that like grafted armor onto him does kind of impact a little bit. So it does provide some sort of protection, but you can tell that most of your shot got through. So he's trying to get back up and you just slam him back down to the ground with one hefty hit.
Nice. End
Alright.
turn.
All right, and that's Baldy's turn, actually, as he frustratedly lumbers himself back up to his feet. And he's going to take a slash at you, Belthus, with
Alright.
his battle axe. Double check and make sure I know. They have a 13 skill level. So he's got to roll 13 or better. And he does.
Oh.
So that's 2d8. 7 points of damage as he cuts across to you with the blade. Is that enough to do anything to you?
Not enough to hurt.
Not enough to hurt. So just sparks go flying off of your armor. And that ends his turn, bringing us to the Twisted Cultist in the fire. Geyer, this Twisted Cultist... Oh, I'm grabbing the fire by accident. Let me move that to a different layer. I'll move it to the map layer. So the Twisted Cultist actually runs towards you, Geyer, and tries to tackle and shove you into the portal.
Oh no!
This is going to be a contested roll. You can either you're going to roll evade as you try to. You can try to evade this.
Chat gave us a boon.
Chat gave you a boon.
And you're muted, Geyer, too.
Oh, and I can evade even though I use my action?
Oh.
Oh, I forgot. Well, he is shoving you, so it is going to be contested. So I'm going to let you do that for free.
Oh, okay.
And he has to roll a
With
12
a
or better.
boon?
Let's see how he does. If he doesn't need it.
I rolled a 5.
And I rolled a 4.
You rolled a 4.
Oh.
So I'm gonna say this. Geyer, you dodge, and the twisted cultist disappears into the portal. And you guys no longer
What
see him.
happens to my rope that I have tied around him? Is it still taut?
It's still disappearing into the portal.
Get it.
Okay. That's basically like I'm fishing, he's underwater. I can't see it. And can I see him?
Nope, you cannot see him.
But I can still feel there's tension on the rope.
A little bit, yeah.
Okay.
All right. Kalsika, it's your turn.
You are not allowed to go to other places without me. And Kalska's going to cut the rope.
No,
Oh, you're gonna rush up and cut the rope? Okay.
I'm afraid Geyer's going to get pulled through.
Then help me pull him out.
Go ahead and make an attack against the rope.
He's gonna. No, I can't. I'm not risking this.
Can I try to stop her? Lean away? Make it more difficult?
Unfortunately, you try your best, but Kalsika is just too quick, Geyer. And with a quick slash of her blade, the rope is no longer taut, and you see the end of it just disappear into the portal.
We are not Belthus. We cannot drag people like that. He ain't coming back.
I can. I pulled him into the fire.
Yeah, 2 feet. That's a whole dimension, Mr. Geyer.
My grappling hook was on the other end of that.
I'll buy you a new one. I love you. Kalska goes and stands next to Geyer, keeping an eye on the portal.
You got it.
With her blade out, like, if anything pops out, just... Yeah.
Absolutely. To Numeral, you are up next.
Yeah, so this has all been very interesting. World to watch occur. She's gonna take a step forward and each square is 2 things.
2
right?
meters. Yep, that's right.
2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Okay, so I'm within range of this flame now.
Sure.
I think Numeral's gonna try to hold up her hand
Okay.
and cast Dispel
Okay.
at the flame.
So, to Numeral, I've got a very important question to ask you.
Yeah.
What power level are you casting your spell at?
Can you remind me how the power levels work again, as far as how much willpower it is to like go up?
I think it's
each
always
one?
2. So,
It's always 2.
power level 1 would be 2, power level 2 would be 4, and then 6 for the biggin. Power level 3.
She's gonna pull out the whole stop here and do power level max. So
Max
that's gonna
power
be
level?
6,
Power level 3,
1,
6 willpower.
3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah.
All right, now you gotta successfully cast it.
All right.
We have the party boon if it doesn't go well.
Yeah, you do have the party boon. If you'd like to
Good.
use it, you can use it. You have to declare a boon before you roll.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead
Yeah.
and use it.
Yeah. Let me use it.
All right, take it.
So I roll twice.
Yeah, I rolled
Yeah.
twice. Take the lower number. Ooh.
Ooh, yeah, definitely needed that.
Ooh.
thing on that.
All right.
Razanak with the party boon coming in
Thank
big
you.
with chat.
So
So-
that would succeed.
So, to Numeral, you kind of hold out your arms and you focus, and so you're casting a power level spell, like the biggest power level spell you've cast in this party so far, right?
Yeah.
So describe like what is happening to you right now, to the party. Like, what does this look like?
So Numeral would focus all of her hands and energy onto the flame. She would utter the words with a booming voice that make this spell happen.
Yeah, Kalsika and Geyer, you're hearing Tenumeral's voice echoing in this chamber.
And probably her hair would start doing that thing where it's like flowing out, and she would cast that spell full blast, full power.
And you guys watch the flame as you guys turn, like, first Geyer and Kalsika kind of look at each other and then turn around over their shoulder and look through the flame at Tenumeral, just bellowing her voice towards this, and holding out her hands towards the flame. And the flame just starts to, it starts to squeeze in on itself, and you can see some of the ripples of flame are trying to escape, and a couple sparks like just fly out of it really quickly. But then all of a sudden, just as quickly as like this, the flame implodes on itself and goes, and in an instant, it's gone. And you turn around and you look at what was a mirrored wall. It's now just stone behind you.
While that was going on, Kalska probably would have noticed as Geyer turned and looked at Tenumeral and seeing her reaction like that, immediately turned back towards the portal for a minute and leaned away.
Kalska would have been holding on to him. There is, as she said, you cannot go places without me. There's another dimension.
The other cultist that's in the room just cries out in this terrible rage scream in the room as this happens. And we go to another round of initiative.
Does anybody smell like cooked duck? Is that just me?
Tenumeral, you're actually up first on round 2.
All right. So after that, she would take a breath. She feels she's empowered at the power that just pours through her. So she's ready to go. Let's see. What would I want to do next here? She's gonna pull out her bow now.
Okay.
And the scream of that cultist reminded her it was still here. She's gonna aim her bow right at its head and see what happens.
Okay. Go for it.
I
think you had a 12,
am
right?
a 12.
Yeah, so this arrow goes flying into the corner of the room and misses. And the cultist just kind of goes into a rage and just starts swinging the battle axe, just trying to catch Belthus again.
All right.
Gotta get a 13 or better. A 2! Would you like to do anything, Belthus, or are you going to take it?
I'll parry.
Oh, you'll parry. Okay, so what we do is you roll you roll what you're parrying with, your shield or your... What do you...
I'll use my shield, which I believe means I get to pick my highest, any weapon.
Yeah, you pick your weapon ability, yep.
So I'll go against either, swords or hammers, so I need to beat a 16.
Okay. Yeah, you parry. I do still have to roll damage, though. Okay. 9 points. Is your durability better than 9?
My shield's durability is... yes, it is double that.
Okay, so you're fine. Yeah. You deflect that shot, no problem. As the axe kind of comes on, as sparks just fly off the shield. And that's all the cultists can do. Bring us to Kalsika.
Kalsika just runs past Geyer screaming, "You would have lost the grappling hook anyway!" and goes to stab. This guy.
The poor grappling hook. Lost to another dimension. Demonic realm.
I don't think we wanted that back after that. Like, all I kept thinking about was it, like, sprouting heads like a Medusa. Or like not a Medusa, the,
You guys better stop. You're giving the Dungeon Master ideas.
Right. Next demon that comes through the portal is going to be armed with a grappling hook.
That's right.
Yeah, right.
Uh-oh.
Ooh. Bullshit. Give in to your fears.
You need to.
Everybody else is doing it.
Do it. Do it.
Do it.
Peer pressure.
I'm trying to think what would make sense, because at that point, Casca wasn't really, like, afraid at this point. We, like, got rid of the flame.
The cultist is just, like, screaming out, "You will not deny Sathmog his return. He will be powerful once again and rule this land."
Are the skeletons still screaming?
Yeah, they're just all back there going.
Okay.
They're screaming in glee.
Okay.
They're like,
But there's still a lot of
the
noise.
portal, and then all of a sudden they just kind of clamber to the ground and fall to pieces.
Oh.
No,
Okay.
Lucy.
Casca's not gonna push it just because she's not really too afraid right now. Like, this guy's annoying, but it's just kind of like,
You got
I'm
it.
fine. Like,
Yeah.
like her whole thing is Geyer didn't go through the portal without me.
Mhm.
She's good. She's like, this guy will get stabbed by Beltis in a second. It's fine. She's very, like,
Sure.
reassured that her little found family is here, so she's fine.
So, Geyer, it is your turn.
What was that intelligence roll?
So Geyer is a little shaken at the moment after Tenumral's show of extreme power, and is looking between the portal and Tenumral, freaking out. Now all of a sudden is hearing Connery screaming about Lucy. And is thinking Connery has done something to Lucy. So he's going to come off his back and just two-hand throw the Warhammer at Connery.
No, no!
Because he's having a panic attack at the moment.
Oh, no!
Hearing Connery yelling
this
out
is what-
about doing something to his dog.
Since you're throwing such a massive Warhammer, I'm going to give you Bane on this roll.
Oh, yeah, I figured it was going to be a Bane anyway, because this is not meant to be thrown.
Is that with a Bane? Oh!
No.
Yeah.
Oh.
Connery, this is what you get for being silly.
Would you like to? Oh, I was gonna say, would you like to try to evade Connery?
So let's implement that. Let's implement that into my turn as I dodge out of the way of the Warhammer, kind of spinning down onto my knees beneath where Beltis and the cultist have parried each other's weapons. Raise the amulet to his face, cast a third rank purge, and try, at the DM's grace, to remove the demonic possession through brute force. And basically screaming out to this guy, you have people waiting on you.
Okay. Yeah. Roll your. Oh.
Oh, no!
Oh, it's a demon. Oh no! Oh no!
So I go to try to remove the possession, and it is just too strong. It's got a good hold on him.
Oh, it automatically did the mishap for you. Look at that.
But I was already exhausted, so did you want me to take a different condition, or?
Yeah, just declare a different. Just declare a different condition for that. Yeah.
Okay.
I'd rather do that than re-roll.
I go with dazed.
Because that'd be funny if you actually did summon a demon in here. After you close
I can
the
roll
portal.
mishap again.
No, just take another condition. It's all good.
Okay.
Which condition are you
The
taking?
portal reopens. Dazed.
Dazed. Okay. Yeah. You're just out of your mind. You know, one of your companions just threw a warhammer at you. You tried to get a demon to like stop corrupting this poor soul, and nothing's working. Perhaps a hammer will do the trick. Belthus, you're up.
Action. I used my action up already, so I don't think I can really.
Oh, yeah, you did. Yeah. So your turn would be ended.
Yeah,
so we go to
turns up.
Yep, so we go to the top of the next round with a shuffle and a deal. We'll put them in correct order, and Calcica, you're up first.
Stabby, stabby, round 2.
Stabby, stabby, you got it. Much
Yeah, that
better,
works.
much better.
Okay. Just double checking my. Okay. Me and Roll20 still aren't the best of friends yet. +4. Why is the 4 taking forever? Okay. 10 points of
Alright,
damage.
10 points. Like I said before, it does have like this armor attached to it, so it is seem like it is soaking up a little bit, but you're able to get what you think is a good hit on it. He kind of looks in your direction, his blackened eyes still resonating some of that purple aura. And that ends your turn?
Yeah, the normal Calcica bullcrap of, you know, you're ugly and just like trash talking.
Gotcha.
She stands there. It's the Napoleon complex in her. It's fine.
Conry, I think you have about 50 conditions right now, but it's your turn.
Yeah, and the worst part is that that third rank purge literally drained all of our mana.
Oh no.
So we're just gonna go with a regular staff attack. And
that will hit.
Yeah.
Nice.
6 damage.
6 damage. It does soak some of it.
Ooh.
But you slam into him. He looks like he was putting his attention towards Calcica, and you just came and just lumped him in the back of the head with the staff really quick. And he is still kind of facing Calcica, so he's going to take a swing at Calcica this time with his...
Can I Guardian in and try to...
Yes, you can.
Cool.
So, yeah, you can spend your willpower. So it's actually attacking you then, right?
Yeah, and I will also...
You don't even have to worry about it. He
Yeah.
missed anyway. As you jump in front, you kind of deflect him from even getting close to Calcica with your shield.
Cool.
That ends his turn, bringing us to you, Belthus, as you're the next one up in this order.
As I deflect, I'll bring up the Warhammer to swing it at him.
Like an uppercut shot with the Warhammer. Nice.
Yeah. Sure.
Cool. That's a good one. You connect. He kind of teeters a little bit, but he's still up.
All right, end turn.
To numeral. He's still standing over there. Looks like your party's putting a lumping on him, but he's still standing. Looks like he's resilient. Must be all this new power from Sathmog he's gained.
Yeah. I'll do another bow and arrow shot.
Okay. That's gonna
That one
hit.
succeeds.
Yeah, you can roll your damage.
Whoa.
Wow.
Gee.
So
I was half expecting a 9 from the D4. I was like, oh.
Belthus, you slam him in the head. He stumbles back, and then this arrow just comes zooming in through the side of his head. And you see these blackened eyes no longer glowing purple anymore as the figure just flops down to the ground motionless. And you guys are out of
Well, at
initiative
least-
order.
At least you're free now.
I start picking his pockets.
Nice shot, ladies. Here.
Thank
Gaia
you.
runs over to Conry and, empty-handed now, is just swatting at him. What did you do to Lucy? What's wrong with you? What'd you do to my dog?
Feathers are flying everywhere.
The other things when you're messing with a dog and you're sort of smacking it around on the snout, not really trying to hurt it, just sort of like get it riled up.
Yeah.
Just smacking around Conry's face. Like, what'd you do to my dog? What's wrong? What'd you do to Lucy?
What? No, that's Lucy over there.
He named the skeleton Lucy, Mr. Geyer, because he's trying to be silly.
What?
Casca
No,
says with her
I
hand
didn't-
in the cultist pouch.
Named her Lucy because Lucy likes bones, and that's all he was made of.
There's a
I
So-
stop
so the
looting.
dogs are fine.
I hope so.
I stop looting and go hug Geyer.
Yeah, and honestly, while you were looking at the cultist body, like, it didn't have anything on him anyway. He had the battle axe.
I can't pick that up. I'm gonna go hug Geyer around the middle.
Connery, if the dogs are fine, I apologize for overreacting and
The flying
throwing
hammer.
a hammer at your head.
That's such a Mallard
Apology
thing to do.
accepted, Mallard.
Flip out and throw a hammer at somebody.
Does anyone still have a lit torch?
I still got my light amulet.
I do.
Can I see that for a minute?
See?
May I hold it?
See
May I
your
have
eyes.
I'll hold out my hands to Geyer to play past the torch so he doesn't get too close to Tinny. And I'll walk it over.
Guy will hand the torch to Numeral, but without necessarily thinking, because he's still a little freaked out. It just sort of hands it to her fire first.
Oh.
Oh,
Walk around it.
to like reach under to try and grab it awkwardly. She's opting to not do fetch or levitate to perturb him any further. Although the thought definitely crossed her mind as she reached out her hand. Let me just hold it. So she'd walk closer to where the flame and like the sketchy portal was.
Yeah.
Can she also look to see if there's any spot that might be hidden that a piece of the statues we're looking for might be in something?
Sure. You look around and you pretty much look through everything here. And I won't even let you make a roll because there's nothing to find. So you're looking through here and there's nothing there.
And is that like weird spine skeleton thing that was the border of the thing, the portal still there, or did that like all disappear?
It all disappeared. Strangely, it's just gone and it's just a wall.
Interesting.
You have a feeling, to Numeral, that you just closed something that's been open for hundreds of years.
Achievement.
Well, I was going to burn the spinal cord we saw on the wall, but it seems to have disappeared. You can have this back. She hands it back to Geyer.
Do you hand it back to him flame first or handle first?
I'll do handle. She'd have to bend down too much to do it flame first.
There is you guys do notice in this room with the light, there is a strange like indent right here to the south.
Geyer will walk over to it.
And
yeah, so it's a numeral.
You guys do notice that like there was like it was kind of hidden here, but there was a secret entrance here that leads you back into that room with the chains and the vines.
Oh. Could have avoided the manticore, but I'm glad we had an opportunity to tangle it.
Guy's just got to sort of turn and look at Belthus and then cock his head to the side.
I think...
Yes, because that was so enjoyable.
It didn't kill you. I mean, you're here.
Kalska's just leaning against Geyer, like her head like pressed to his side as they're just standing there, and she just goes, maybe we do need a family therapy session.
And at that, that's where we'll end this episode.
Can I do one thing?
Yeah, let Tinny do her thing.
I'll let Tinny do her thing. Do your thing.
Before we leave, as it seems like we are approaching a door, I don't know, she would look back at this place and she would want to cast Protector which you protect a person or place from magic.
Yeah.
In order to maybe prevent this spell from reopening in the future.
Okay. How long? Like, does it have a duration? Like, does protector
Oh wait,
last?
yeah,
Like,
it
you have
does
to.
say shift.
Yeah, because it wouldn't be like a permanent thing, right? Unless you
Yeah,
had the
that's a good point.
permanence. I think there's
Yeah.
a spell like you can cast permanence on
There
something and
is.
put a permanent effect on it. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay,
So-
I don't have the spells enough for that, so forget
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. It would.
I will come back here when I have magic seal and permanence.
There you go.
Yeah.
Good. So, knowing that, I think that is a good place for us to end this episode of Dragonbane: Secret of the Dragon Emperor.